Hey everybody, I am back at your request. We are going to take a look at Ben. We have a lot of areas we're going to cover. We're going to look at his success in Philly. We're going to see if he's going to be traded or not. We're going to look at his success in three-point shots. We're going to see how he feel about Joel, how Joel feels about him. We're going to see how he feels about Devin, and then we're going to get into love. We're going to see how he feels about Kendall. Tanashi, I think that's her name. And Ashley. Yeah. Then we're going to check to get his love messages and see who he would be a good match with. Okay? So I've got a lot going on here. Overall, I had this spoiled brat type feeling, I want to say. The energies around him was like he was a spoiled brat, always fighting to get what he wants. It feels like he is, I don't know, like if he was being teased, I think people probably would call him a crybaby, or they'll probably say he's spoiled, or he's a crybaby, things like that. And I kept picking up. No fair, no fair is mine. It's not being able to share, not being able to have a lot of meaningful friendships because he's self centered. I had this self centered feeling. So I do want to let you all know that. And when it came to like money and success and power and strength, I don't feel a lot of that as well. And it's because of the spiritual immaturity. It brings down the practical things in life. So there's an unbalance when it comes to success. One thing I did get is that playing basketball is his thing. That is his destiny. That is his purpose. That is something he's supposed to be doing. It's all about learning about teamwork, and it's about learning how to share. It's about learning different perspectives about the people. It's for his growth, to be honest with you. So when you ask, will he be successful in Philly? Yeah. To a certain point, I would have to say yes. Nothing amazing. No. I don't see anything amazing. I don't see any high stats. I don't see that he's going to be like MVP. No. But I do see success, maturity, spiritual growth, connection, um, teamwork. I do see that this is his destiny and his purpose. He's supposed to be doing this. He's definitely in spiritual timing with this. I don't see him getting traded at all. I know that was one of your questions. I don't see any energies on him being traded. We can always come back because if there's any tower or a tower moment, some type of miracle, some type of spiritual shifts, or if there's some type of will that changes, then everything changes. As of today, I do not see him trading. I do see him or being traded. I do see that this is the perfect spot for him right now. I do see that this is meant to be. I don't see him moving anywhere. Um, so that's one thing I wanted to say. So he's getting clarity on connecting to this team. He um, he always wanted to do basketball. I don't think the team matters to him. I don't think it's about Philly. I don't think that's a big connection for him. Just actually being a part of the game and being noticed and being acknowledged for his talents is really the good part. I see a lot of trouble with him and other players. It could be trouble of disconnect, not being able to connect to a lot of people. Um, this is like your person who will um, talk about you behind your back. That's the type of feeling that I get. Um, I feel like he's displeased with a lot of the people around him, but he knows how to get along. He knows how to go along. Um, it's really not about basketball for him. It's more about a healing camp. That's what it feels like. It's almost like God sent him there to get healing, to get understanding about working with other people. I definitely feel like that's a problem or an area that needs to be looked at. When you asked about the 3-point shots and if he will be successful, I don't have a lot of success around 3 pointers at all. And I have him kind of shaky starting off and in the middle. I don't have him being successful in three pointers. I do have him successful in, I don't know. I don't know much about basketball, but I want to say recovery. Something like that. I hear recovery. I do think that he'll definitely be um, taking a ball from a lot of people. I can see that because there's some type of anger that comes in. This frustration actually brings motivation. So I see him being frustrated about three pointers. I don't see him successful in it. Something has changed in that area, and I kind of see him playing more aggressive. So I hope that helps you in some kind of way. Now you wanted to know how he felt about Joel. He don't. He has no personal feelings towards him. They had unsuccessful attempts. He's disappointed by his behavior. He's not even talking to him or have anything to say to him. But this is what Ben is good at. He is good at the silent treatment to people. And I don't even think that people around him would know who he like and who he don't like. All because of this face, some type of expression. He knows how to keep silent and keep his feelings to himself. But yet he'll have a lot of feelings inside. And may even tell the next person that he may not even trust. It feels like he throws up on people who are neutral or disconnected or that he barely know and trust. But when it comes to Joel, no. No, no, and no. They have no connection whatsoever. He has no feelings towards him. Now, how Joel feels about him, I have some jealousy here. I have some jealousy here. I do have some conflict here. I do have Joel being more mad at him than being mad at him. So Joel seems like the one who is holding on to pain, frustration, hurt, anger. I have jealousy here. I have he's paying him a lot of attention. He has energy towards Ben. I wouldn't even trust him to be honest, because it's almost like Joel wants him to hurt. I think their issues is beyond a female. It's beyond that. But I don't have Ben having any feelings towards him. And I pretty much feels like Ben is saying to Joel, you wrong. I'm disappointed you wrong. But he doesn't even have any more words to say to him. He's pretty much done. Joel, I have the jealousy here. I got the conflict. And he may even do things for show to get attention from Ben. It's very, very possible. How he feels about Devin. Now, this is where we be coming into this repeated pattern. Relationships with others. He has an issue with a lot of different people. He has relationship issues, connection issues. He has issues with other people. This is just a part of his life. But that's why he is chosen to be a part of this team so he can learn some of those things. But the way he feel about Devin, he doesn't have much of a feeling. He's not really messing with him like that. I feel like they are cool. I feel like they talked about some things. I think they had the handshake and said we done with it. But I got Ben walking away from him, not even staying around him to dwell with him. This is like your high and by and mutual respect type connection. Will they be friends again? I don't see it because that's exactly what Ben is working on. He's working on friendship, relationship, sharing, positive connections. That's what he is working on in life. Um, so I don't see them being friends no time too soon, not at all. But I do feel like they have a mutual respect and an understanding, and I think they made peace with each other. As for him and Joel, I don't see no peace at all. So that's something you can see. Let's look to see why he have these type of burdens in relationships. Kind of make me feel like the child who never gets enough, like never get enough, and always find some type of burden or something to say. This reminds me of the Ben reminds me of the type of child that says, his is bigger than mine, or you left me out, me first, type feeling. Yeah. But let's see why he has a lot of issues with other people. Let's see why. What is going on? This is most likely is a personal journey. It's something that he needs to deal with and figure out. Okay. One more time. Let's check. What's going on with him? Yeah. I even have him as a liar as well. It's the second time I pulled him up for lies. Not telling the full truth, the whole truth. Not being transparent. Almost this private, secretive type feeling I'm getting around him. Um, he doesn't really mentally think about others, maybe as much as he should or as broad as he should. He's not thoughtful. His thoughts are not like everybody else. He's not thinking outwardly. He's thinking inside or in his circle. He's really kind of like a for the moment type person. He could have some serious issues with a Pisces. It's very possible. He's dealt with a lot of deceiving spirits around him and in him. Um, he don't trust people that much. He doesn't have a big trust for people, and he observes people to see the issues inside of him, of them. Yeah, he is not naturally here for connection, especially with people he don't trust. He's judging the energies of people when he's around them. He's not really thoughtful of others. He's more concerned about secrets, what's private. He's focused on the things he don't know about a person than the things he do know about a person. I have him here not being honest and not trying to create honest relationships around him. I don't have him offering himself to, it kind of feels like to other people. I got him walking away a lot. I got him, yeah, yeah. So he got a lot of things that he is working on. He is, I would say, still fresh, still in the beginning of his journey, still learning some things, still learning how to become patient, kind, giving people the benefit of the doubt. He's working on his trust issues. He's working on how to love and be loved. He's working on a lot of different things like that. But I think it comes from issues of childhood. He could have been picked on. He could have had favoritism around him, or he could have been the favorite. Because that's what it really feels like. It feels like he really was the favorite in his family. So he got a lot of things. He got a lot of attention. He is put first a lot of times. But I don't think it carried over to positivity in some kind of way. So spiritual alignment, being himself, his overall message is that um, he's dealing with some things in the mind on how to be thoughtful, how to be present, how to believe in the best, learning how to be honest and true, and learning how to create honest foundations. This can be emotionally dishonest. It could be, I don't know. I think it's emotionally, not being honest emotionally. I have him wanting more and giving less when it comes to connections. He gives less, they give more. I have him walking away when he can't get his way. I have him walking away when he's not getting the offers that he believes he should have. I have him more as an independent person. Um, yeah, more independent, being alone, gives him strength to come back out into the world. This is his journey. This is definitely what he is supposed to be learning and experiencing. However, he wants the opposite of everything that he's experiencing. I truly, truly believe that he has not had a connection, a strong connection with someone yet. We're going to get into the love in a second, and I think this way might be where the answers is at. The reason why I say this is because as a child, you have your own issues, your own experiences, education, knowledge, wisdom. That's who you are. It shapes you. And then when you get into the real world or into the world where you are not, how can I say this, given permission to act any kind of way, when there's no more parents, when there's no more guardians, when there's no one else covering you and catering to you and giving you that extra attention and love, then that's where all the tests and challenges come in at. And he's having those issues right now. How do I deal with the way I was raised and the way that I was treated amongst people who are adults that don't owe me anything? And that's the shortage that he's getting through the people in his life right now. He's not getting exactly what he wants from them because he is an adult and respect must be earned and love must be experienced. So those are the type of things that he's going through. Now, to me, it does not look like he has had a spiritual awakening as of yet. I do feel like he's on the verge of it, but a lot of times we receive our spiritual awakening when we fall in love or lust, when we fall, when we sacrifice our spirit, when we want to become one with someone else, when we draw into someone else. That's when we truly learn a lot about ourselves. It humbles us in a way. So there's a lot of ego right now. So let's get into the love. Let's look and see how he feels about Kendall. I don't feel him having a serious compassion for anyone right now. I don't feel that. But a lot of times they can be blocked because of hurt and betrayal. But let's see, how does he feel about Kendall? Yeah, and no compassion. No love, no compassion, no sacrifice, no desire to merge. I do see them engaging though, but she's just for fun. I don't have him offering her a cup of love. I don't have him planning life with her, but I do have him enjoying her. That I do. Let's see. Yeah, he's just living a life with her right now. This is not deep. This hasn't pricked his heart. Yeah, I don't see none of that. Yeah, if that is the case, what makes you happy about her? Something about her. He does feel happy. I got him with happiness. Okay. I got a third party on them, so they don't have anything. I got lies and deceit around this relationship. He's just having a good time at the pool with her, fun. She's just one of them. She's one of them. She's not the only one, that's for sure. He doesn't have strong feelings for her. He has not offered his love to her. He's not trying to create or make plans with her, but he is having fun with her. I think they are together. They've been together recently, like in a week. They have been together. Okay, now I think this next lady's name is Tanashi. Let's see how he feels about her. How does he feel about her? He hasn't been touched yet. He hasn't been touched. I don't feel it. He doesn't seem like he's been touched spiritually yet in love. And once he do, then that's when the life journey is going to balance all out. Or it's going to come to the forefront for him to handle. It's going to humble him. Let's see. Still a young guy. Still got a lot to learn. How does he feel about her? She's like a friend. Um, of course, they could have had sex, but he look at her as she good people. She is good people. There's no fighting. There's no strife. There's no good or bad. They do talk about spiritual things or deep things. She offers him a deeper conversation than Kendall. I'm very for sure about that. I feel like she's like one of the homies, or a friend, a pal. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't have nothing going on with them as of today, but I do think that they probably still talk on the phone and text. I believe she probably can send him an affirmation that he will actually listen to. I feel like they are friends. He thought about being with her long term. He's definitely thought about it. But by him being confused within himself, he has not made that final decision. But this is a daydreamer. This is a person that will stay on his mind. Um, she is a part of his dreams. And what I mean by that, she's actually an option. He'd think of her as an option. He'd think of her as a person that he could be with. But by him being unclear about his personal life, he wouldn't dare make this decision. But I feel like they still communicate, and their communication is a pinch deeper than his with Kendall. Yeah, definitely. So let's look at Ashley. Let's see. I don't feel a lot of sex and passion and attraction between them two, though. I don't feel that. Mm-mm. Let's see. Ashley. I felt a lot of passion and sex with him and Kendall, but not with Tanashi, not with her. So let's look at Ashley. He make me feel like he doesn't love that deeply, at least not right now. It's amazing because he's created to love deeply. That's why he has the issues. It might not make any sense, but usually the stuff that's the challenge, that's the most challenging for us, where our hurt is at, we're usually the opposite of it. So he's actually here to have a family. He's here to love and be loved, and protect someone, and vice versa. He's here to have a unit, and that's exactly what um, he's having a hard time with now. But you can't learn this without having friendships with others and connection with others and the big brother and the uncle. And it's just a lot of people skills that he needs to learn. But he'll get there. I believe he will. I actually just seen something already of him getting to the family, creating the family. Ashley. Is Ashley Moore? She wants more too. This the one that wants him. She wants to marry him. She wants to be with him. She wants to be committed to him. Yeah, he thinks about her too. He really do. But he just don't believe it's enough love there. He questions his own love with her. But when it comes to the three of them, she is the strongest. There's the strongest desire, but it's not any work being done, no action. Yeah. This is the kind of person he felt like he could commit to. This is the kind of person. But he's conflicted by that. And he's restricted from even being with her. See, it's just not time yet. I feel like they had something deep already. They had an attachment already. Some type of attachment already happened between them two. But there's just not enough power and strength for him to become her husband, I would say. Yeah. Now, this is the one that I feel like he got some debt coming off of. Because it feels like he has some missed attempts with her. She's definitely the other woman. Yeah. That's the one he would sleep with 2 days in a row. That's what it feels like. And I do mean sleep. Feels like he's had a connection with her already. Feel like they had an attachment. Feel like they expressed feelings and dreams and love with each other. But he's not allowed to be with her right now. Between the three women, Ashley feels more like the one. Let's see why he's not allowed to be with her. And it could be because he'll hurt her. He'll break her. She might not need him in this timing. Let me put it like this. The wounded people a lot of times are restricted from being with another soul because that soul doesn't need what they have. They could have just experienced a wounded person. They could have just learned a lesson already from being wounded or just overcame some wounds and scars. They probably just got healed already and they're not allowed to heal another person in that same area. So sometimes the love will be there, the chemistry will be there, but we cannot get close to each other because it's almost like rejection is protection. His issues his issues may excuse me may be too much for her. His issues may be an issue that she just came out of. Or sometimes it can just be protection. Ashley could be protected from his spirit because it will damage hers according to her journey. So I got a restriction between the two. I got attraction, and I got a little bit of unconditional love going on between the two of them. Both of them. It's equal in that area. But I do have a restriction and a broken foundation and a alert sign for them not to renew or reconcile. So let's see what this spiritual wall, and it's invisible too because they can see each other, but they just can't touch each other's spirit right now or soul. So let's see. I know y'all don't be asking for this extra stuff, but if I don't get it out, I can't give y'all what y'all want. So let's see. Yeah. Because it's not time. This is about him. Yeah. Hope he don't have any regrets with this one. He's restricted. He has to make some decisions personally to get access to her, for them to become one or become whole. Let's see. Yeah. He got to get balance. He got to get fair. See, she could have paid her mark already, or she could be covered in this area because it's basically saying that he's not allowed to be with her until he knows what fairness is. And I'm telling you, him as an individual, I have him unfair. I have him very unfair. I have him not knowing how to share. I have him not knowing how to have friendship. I have him being frustrated and angry at people because he's not getting his way. And he is restricted from a connection with her. Restricted from it. restricted from having a new world with her because he has to make some decisions about this instability that he has. Let me see what kind of new world they could have with each other. What's on the other side of this? What would I like to call this? What's on the other side of this test? He has a test here. Yeah. It will actually be the opposite of his worst downfall or his worst tower. It'll be the opposite of the worst relationship he ever saw in his life. Maybe his parents had a bad relationship. It will be the total opposite of that. Actually, it could be something that is very, very healing to him. Um, he won't experience that tower again. Whatever worst moment that he had in his life, he wouldn't experience it with her. It will close out. The debt will be closed. Um, yeah, he'll be in balance. She could be a possible soulmate right here. Possible. Yeah. He got to make some decisions to close out. Close out. Yeah. He's taking his time on working on this. Taking his time. Oh, I just want to know, what's this instability about? What is this? Oh, commitment. Oh, sacrifice. You don't want to do that. You don't want to say I do and I will. You don't want to say you can hold me accountable. You don't want to say I'm willing to. Yeah. This is a confession that he must make personally. Yeah. That he's willing to be even, willing to give, willing to share, willing to receive. He has to be willing to go back and forth, ping pong in unconditional love. You might want to keep your eye on Ashley because she is in position to be something great for his life. She could be. Now, of course, we has a timeline with this. If he doesn't hit that timeline, then, God does what he always do. He puts another person in place. He will make sure that the plan is going to be carried out. So he's simmering around. He's having a good time back and forth with Kendall. He's having great text messages with Tanashi, I'll say. And he dreams, probably have real dreams about walking down the aisle with Ashley. At the end of the day, in reality, he can't get anything until he deals with those life journey issues. Who would be good for him? Who would be a good match for him when it comes to love? When we ask this question, I'm assuming that we're going to pick up this season, but we'll see what happens. Who would be a good match for him? It's amazing because everybody cares about his love life, but they don't understand that his private life needs a lot of tending to. But everybody wants him to be with a nice girl, from grandma on down. Like, you get you a nice girl. He will. He definitely will. It's meant for him to. We just got to work for it. You got to work for it. Wow. Yeah. Who would be a good match for him? Someone who knows how to prick his heart emotionally. Someone who can see through the emotional lies. The person that will call him out and say, that's not true. And the person that will say, you saying that in anger because you really hurt. You don't feel that way. You're not a bad person. You being evil because you're really sad. Like, tell me what's wrong with you. You definitely want someone that can be grounded and someone that's strong enough to challenge him. That's the kind of person that would be a good match for him. A lot of times he may speak of things in a negative way, but that is really not his truth. A person that would be a good match for him is a person who, I will say the word submissive. It's a person who give their authority away. A person who will trust that he will take care of them, because he will. He's definitely good at taking care of people and providing. So that's something that I'm thinking about right here. A person who takes action and a person who is free from their bondage. So this is like a soulmate we talking about, the person that both heals and comes together. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I got a possible, well, I have an Aries here and I have a Pisces here, but I'm not feeling them. Feels like there's some issues with Aries and Pisces. Aries and Pisces could be the thing that he needs to forgive or let go of. He may need to clear some energy. What a Aries and what a Pisces to get to this love. Could be some unforgiveness there. Actually, you asked me about a sister. Let's check out this sister. What is his relationship like with the sister? Maybe that can help close some wounds. What is his relationship with his sister? Now, I actually just heard good kid. Yeah, when it comes to the family, that really does something to him. He disconnected to the sister still. Um, he doesn't have any love. He's closed off to her. That's the thing about him. You can't hurt him. Well, you can, but he's still stuck in those feelings. He thinks about being with her again. He doesn't know if it'll happen. Wow. What happened? It was so, as this hits him to the core. He completely turned his back on her. He does a lot of daydreaming, though, I tell you that. He does a lot of thinking. He does a lot of daydreaming. And he thinks about a lot of these connections in the evening time or early morning. He wish they can be back together, but he don't think that there's a way that it can happen because so much has been said, so much conflict has happened. And she is definitely in his thoughts a lot of the time. Let's see. What is this conflict? What is it? See, that's that spoiled brat thing just came across me. Yeah. A possible air sign could be an issue between them. Or he could just look at her as a conflicting person. He is sure that, yeah, somebody want them to get back together now. I got an air sign and fire sign want them to communicate. I got people praying for this, wanting this, desiring this. Let's see why he has turned his love away from her. Why did you take a cup? Because he takes cups. This is not like go hermit and come back out later. No, he take a cup. He's basically saying the things that they experienced, nobody should never do. This is something that you never do. She did some things that he believed that you should never do to a person. He's charging her and judging her very, very strictly. And he's walking away. He don't want to be a part of the drama. He don't want to be a part of the life. He don't want that. Let's see. This could be some answers to life too. Yeah, he moving away from her. Definitely moving away. Big burdens, big pain. The things that he experienced with her is something that you should never do to a human being, based on the way he's saying it. So he doesn't want no part of her. He doesn't want to be in chemistry with her. He doesn't, no, he don't. He don't want that. Let me see why you can't. This is basically saying I don't want to reconcile, but I got your subconscious desiring. I got a subconscious thinking about doing it, but not believing it could be done. Let's see. Yeah, he spiritually believed that they can never be together. Yeah. This is a continuous thought of his too. He like only God himself can put us back together. Maybe that might happen. Maybe. Yeah, the disappointment is just too great. What did she do to him? He holding on tight to that. So much unforgiveness right here. Let me see one more time if I can find out what he did to her. Or she did. Oh, why did I say what he did? They could have did something to each other, possibly. Let's see. What did she do to you? What did she do? What did she do? Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody else was involved too. Well, I'll tell you one thing she did. She made him not want to trust another woman again. I just heard bitches ain't shit. Yeah, I know that. This is a lot of women issues. She did something that he felt like she shouldn't have done. She could have hurt an Aquarius in the family. Just a sec. Yeah, I just got this feeling like he's saying something to the point of we family. You don't supposed to do no stuff like that. You was wrong. That's not how family is. You broke the rules. How could you do that? I tried to be there for you. Now things is messed up forever. Yeah, I got an Aquarius here. I got some Earth signs here. I got a Sagittarius here. This is not over. Definitely not over. She may have to be the one to initiate, but I don't see this being over because every outcome is him thinking about her, um, hoping things can be better. But whatever she did, she robbed him of a belief. There's a certain thing that he believed about her, certain thing he believed that another person wouldn't do, certain thing he believed a woman shouldn't do or a woman shouldn't say. It definitely brought on some women issues, that's for sure. All right, so if I can sum him up, he's still on a journey to understand unconditional love, and he will be living through different situations to humble him, so so that he can see that all he needed was love, and all that he have is love. He's going to understand that he's a healing to people's lives. He brings protection to them. He makes them feel comfortable. He makes them feel wanted. He makes sure everybody's okay. He's a protector. And when he finds himself as the protector, instead of the person that's protecting his heart from everybody else, and then that awakening will come. He just need to get there. And he will get there. I do believe that Ashley will help with that spiritually. It maybe even his sister. His sister and Ashley can definitely help with him getting to where he needs to go. But other than that, I feel like he got a lot of time to experience that. I even see some expectations in his career that may not go the way he wanted to go, that will actually help in a spiritual journey as well. Alrighty. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.